We may have just gotten our first teaser for Showdown Bandit in nearly 4 years. Yeah, remember that game? In case you don't, coincidentally enough, I actually made a huge video going over every aspect of that game's history and the massive amount of unused and hidden content that existed for the game in a really long video that I spent an insane amount of time on. I think it's really good, so please go down in the description and watch that, and then come back here knowing all the lore so we can talk about the new teaser. You did that? Okay. So, not even a full month after I did my video about Showdown Bandit, what is believed to be the official Showdown Bandit Twitter account posted this image, being the first post on this Twitter account in nearly 4 years. The last one being this image of Bandit reaching his hand out of a coffin, which appears to be from the perspective of the character Miss Undertaker, as judging by the shovel to the right of the screen, which looks very similar to the one that Miss Undertaker had. And this new teaser depicts Miss Undertaker herself, also lying in a coffin. And the render in this photo seems to be of very high quality, with realistic lighting and a very detailed wooden texture on the model of Miss Undertaker, as well as her overall character design and character model being slightly altered to fit a more realistic, grungier, and darker aesthetic. If this is real, which we'll talk about in a second, this could possibly hint towards the game actually taking on a more horror vibe, which, if you'll remember from my criticisms of the original game, horror was something that it definitely lacked. Perhaps these improved graphics could coincide with the game getting a much darker and grittier aesthetic. And brighting the image up a bit, we can see that Miss Undertaker has her hands crossed in the classic dead body position, with a cobweb in the coffin. But like the last teaser, the whole image implying that the game is being revived, with the lid being slid off of the coffin, and the cobweb inside implying that the game has not been touched in a long time. Now, onto what I was talking about a bit earlier, one thing that doesn't quite add up here is who exactly owns this Twitter account, or even the Showdown Bandit brand at this point. I mean, we know that Joey Drew Studios still does have the Showdown Bandit IP, but at this point it's not quite sure who is going to be making the game. Would it just be the Meatly Studios solo project? KindlyBeast doesn't exist anymore, and it wouldn't make much sense for Joey Drew Studios, the studio themed around Bendy, to be making Showdown Bandit. And to an extent, it was sort of believable with the last teaser image that this could have just been some fan faking things. Some guy who snagged the Twitter handle when KindlyBeast deleted the account, downloaded a bunch of assets from the game, and rendered them out to make that original teaser image that we saw 4 years ago. But with this, it's a lot harder to explain away. The graphical changes to Miss Undertaker is something that even for an over-obsessed fan wanting to create a hoax would be very difficult to do without advanced knowledge of 3D modeling and rendering. So even though there's been no information about the revival of Showdown Bandit from the Meatly on Twitter or any of the other current notable Bendy employees, as far as I can tell, this does seem to be completely legit. So then that would bring me to the same worry that I had about this game last time, that they would rush a second chapter of the game and not fix any of the huge gameplay issues that I mentioned in my video essay about Showdown Bandit. But knowing what I do know now, and just how much of a rushed hack job the original game was, with all of its gameplay issues simply being the product of the Meatly and Mike mood forcing the team to scrap the original build of the game, which didn't have any of the gameplay problems, and remake the entire game in just 3 weeks themselves, I honestly don't think that a remake or sequel to Showdown Bandit would have any of these problems if whoever's making this new game is putting a decent amount of thought, time, and care into creating it. I honestly have pretty high confidence that the gameplay mechanics and overall style of this game will turn out to be pretty good. Because we do know that the people who are currently working for the Meatly's team are absolutely capable of creating a competent and entertaining game when given enough time. Bendy and the Dark Revival, even with its minor flaws, is absolutely an example of this. So is Showdown Bandit coming back? It certainly looks that way for the time being, but until we get more information, we'll just have to wait and see. Also go watch my video essay about it, please! So that's pretty much it for this video. No, actually, crazy thing. Today, this channel turns 9 years old, which is like just absurd. Like that genuinely means that after today, my YouTube channel will be older than me when I made the YouTube channel, which is just like ridiculous. Like I don't know how many people there are out there who have had a YouTube channel for longer than they have not had a YouTube channel. Like that's kind of stupid, honestly. I shouldn't have made this thing when I was 9. Actually, what was I thinking? But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. Make sure to like and comment and subscribe and do useless stuff that I pretend not to care about to boost that engagement and watch time. And goodbye. I will see you in the next video.